Okay, guys, everybody plug in. If anybody wants to record this on their phone, any of the parents want to record it, feel free. It's going to be a little confusing, I think, to some of you, especially some of the little ones, but I need everybody to focus. No one should be talking. Okay, focus. This could be a little confusing, okay, but it's probably the most misunderstood stuff in tennis, and it's a lot of people just don't understand why this should happen. And for some of you today, it could be a game changer if you do what I'm saying. Here's the problem. Whenever you play, okay, you get a racket and you put the racket in your hand, and your brain tells your hand to do what? Hit the ball, okay? Kind of like Jimmy, okay? Okay, so this is what happens, and you see this a lot at the club level. They play with the arm, okay? They hit the ball with the arm. And I know you're gonna see stuff on the internet. There's internet coaches and all this crazy stuff out there, and they want you to relax, which is good, and they go, they want you to do all this stuff with your arm. If you were very tight, that would be a good exercise, but that's not the real world. I'm gonna tell you the real world, okay, and how whenever you have an object in your hand, or you're throwing an object, or you're hitting an object, exactly what happens. So everybody has to plug in and understand this, okay? It's what we call the kinetic chain. You don't need to know that, even though I just said it, okay? Power starts from the ground up. The power starts from the ground up through your body, okay? And then it comes out of your arm. Okay, whether you're throwing a football, you're throwing a baseball, you're hitting a tennis ball, any type of action, okay, the power starts from the ground first, okay? When you do anything, even though some of you obviously get lower than others, when you do anything, the power starts from the ground. You don't hit like this. Look, you don't hit like that. I mean, you can. Okay, that's why you kind of see club players or people that's why you see the people on the tour or high-level juniors, they look much different than, say, club players that look out, they're just out there sword fighting or hitting it with their arm, okay? The power starts from the ground. This is what everybody has to understand. So when the coaches are telling you to get lower, unless it's a real low ball, they're not telling you to get lower, okay, just to get lower. Okay, when you hit the ball, here's what happens. You push on the ground, ground strokes, volleys. You push on the ground, serve. You push on the ground, overhead, whether it be stationary or scissor kick, you push on the ground. You throw a football or you throw the ball. You're not gonna go like this. You go like this. I guarantee you'll push down and you won't even realize it, because when the object is in your hand, a football or a baseball, people have a tendency to do the kinetic chain better. But with the tennis racket, people have a tendency not to, because your arm now is twice as long. And this has been one of the most common mistakes I've seen. Now with younger kids, this is so important. Everybody listen, okay? When you hit a tennis ball, it's all about rotation. It's a rotation of the body. The body rotates, okay? The body's the car, the racket's the passenger. The body pulls, look, the body pulls the racket. See, there's a lot that went on there. My legs went down, my legs came up, my hip turned, my shoulder turned, it came through my arm to the ball. This is what happens, okay? Then, when you understand, everything starts from the ground up on all your shots. On all your shots. This is why bending or using the ground is very important. You see a golfer, okay, when they go to hit, their legs aren't straight, they're bent. Baseball, bent, okay, throwing a football, bent. Shooting a basketball, power comes from the ground up. See, for some of you guys, hopefully today, it's a life-changing experience, because this is the most common mistake with kids, because they play with the arm. They don't understand it's rotation. That's why you see the best of all the rest on the Pro Tour. They look different. You see these guys, I mean, there's a lot goes on, and people look at it and they go, oh, look at their arm. They're using their wrist. They're using their arm. Okay, even commentators, okay, are saying the wrong thing. I'm just telling you, they're seeing the end. After all this has happened in millisecond time, it comes out. And even here, when we're talking to you about the unit turn, tapping the dog, the hitting side, the pull, the flip, okay, you got to load the system. What I mean by load the system, the body is the system. Loading means pushing on the ground. And the final piece of the puzzle, now when the ball comes, you have to do this and create a rhythm where you're going to push on the ground and then go into the hit. Okay, pa-pa, pa-pa, boom, hit. Okay, you're going to create a rhythm before you hit the ball. Some of you guys are standing there like this light pole, or like some little tree growing out of the ground, or you're just hitting the ball like that. You have to move, okay, push on the ground pushes back. So you see these guys on TV, and girls, they look what we call rhythmic. They have a rhythm. It's like a dance. Da-da, da-da, boom, hit. Some of you go like this. Alyssa, okay, some of you do that. Not correct. It's a rhythm. Da-da, da-da, bend, hit. Da-da, da-da, bend, hit. It's a rhythm. It's a cascading effect. What I mean by that, it's like going up the steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Da, 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 da. It's like singing. It's like harmony. It should be a flowing motion. You want to synchronize your feet, okay, to the ball. You want to synchronize on the ground stroke. So you guys got to understand, even though you're holding the racket with your hand, all that happens at the end. Even though we spend a lot of time talking about stroke mechanics, where the racket should be, how to hold the racket, that's the mechanical part. But understand, the power comes from the ground up. The power comes from rotation. Okay, it's what we call, there's a lot of what we call angular momentum, where the body rotates on an axis. You're actually rotating around a hula hoop when you hit the ball. But some of you guys are like this. Jimmy. Okay, some of you guys that play like that. You don't use the ground correctly. And you have to put this in your head. It's more important to do that. Okay, and I just can't stress it enough. Now, some of you, as you get bigger, stronger, faster, this kind of evolves and you get it. But a lot of you guys still play with your arm. And I cannot stress this enough. Final thing, okay? I don't know if anybody's still up here, but when we have these speeches, I said this the other day, a lot of you guys want help, okay? There's a lot of things that I'm telling you, okay? I could be talking to Main Street, Wall Street, you have no idea. Some of the things, not maybe tennis related, that can help you. But when people don't even come to the speech, hold on, that shows me that you don't want to be the best you can be, okay? You have no idea. You guys are in a very unique situation that I take 10, 15 minutes here to give a speech and try to make not only your tennis game better, but your life better. So you should be here and cannot wait for the speech. But when I see other people, they just leave, or they're in the gym, they want to be in, you don't want to be the best you can be. So don't complain that you're losing the people you should be. Don't even go there, all right? You should be here, front row seat. You should have your phone out. You should be recording every single word, okay? And if I told you some of the stories, Venus, Serena, I can go back in time. Every single thing, Dad made them write down. And a lot of times he made them say it back to me. I'm just telling you, I know things are obsessive. I'm just telling you guys, when you hear it and you record it and you write it down and you look at it every day, you become that. The stuff you put in your head, everything I'm telling you is gold. You're all aware of what you put in your mouth. You're always aware of what you're eating. This is the stuff right here today you got to be listening about. And this is like, the stuff I'm talking about is tennis, but it's the core fundamentals of hitting a tennis ball. So real quick, anybody can chime in. Tell me what's the main thing you heard today? Just say it.
Power comes from the ground up.
Okay, if the power comes from the ground up, and you know that's mandatory, okay, you can have the nicest car, the best tires, but if you don't have any keys, you ain't going anywhere. If you don't use the ground correctly, you're not going anywhere. Listen to what I'm telling you. I don't care you have the nicest racket, you can come out here and hit with Alcarez. It doesn't matter. You might think you're getting better, but if you don't try to apply what I said today, and this is like gold on gold, this is kind of the secret sauce, all right, that you should try to do. So this afternoon when some of you guys come, or if you're coming tomorrow, you should make it a priority. But if you just come tomorrow and you do the same old thing, what's going to happen? You're going to get the same old result. I'll see you at 1 o'clock. Don't be late, or you'll never be great. But I'll still wait, all right?